Welcome to the video on how to shop from your previous orders and how to use lists to make your shopping easy in WebCart. The first thing you're going to do for this video is make sure you are logged in, and you'll know if you're logged in because it will say hello and your name in the right-hand corner. If it doesn't say that, then click the button to log in, and once you're logged in, proceed with the rest of the video. If you haven't set up an account yet, you can go back to the video on the top of this page to set up your account. So let's go ahead and get to the video. The first thing we're going to do is look at our past orders. Choose the second item on the list, Orders. Click on it, and now you're going to see your most recent orders, whether they were placed on WebCart or in the store. So my last order was only one item, but you can see right here this item shows up. If you have more items, they're going to look like this, and you'll see them in the list. So if I just want one more of this thing, I just click the button to add it to my cart. Since I already had one of these in my cart, now it's telling me 2 in cart, meaning I have 2 of these dark chocolate minis in my shopping cart. Now let's go to this bigger order so you can see what it's more likely to look like for your orders where you've placed using multiple items. Of course, when you're shopping, you probably bought more than a chocolate bar. So I have a few items here from one of my last shopping trips, and we have options. I can go through and I can just select. Let's say I only want the turmeric kombucha and I want an avocado. So that's how I would do that. But let's say you want to just buy all this stuff, like you've bought all of your staples from your past shopping trip, it's your regular stuff, and you just want to buy it all again and make it simple. You can click Add All to Current Cart. Another option here is Replace Current Cart. You can use this button if you don't want the items in your cart, you only want these items, and it will just replace them, which I just did. So let's take a look at how that looks. In the shopping cart, we see all of the items and nothing else. Now, remember, even if you bought these bananas before, our pickers aren't going to know exactly how much you want if you selected 0.5 pounds, so you'll need to specify. So you just guess how many pounds, and I know that a banana is about 0.25 pounds, so that's why I'm doing it that way. So give it your best guess and then write your quantity. Now, if you want ripe bananas, for example, you can write that there. However, keep in mind we don't always have ripe bananas to choose from, and we just can only do our best, especially with seasonal items like produce, to give you what you're asking for. Another thing to make sure you do at this stage is click the Allow Substitutions button. If you click Allow Substitutions, that lets our pickers know that we can replace your items with similar items. And if you have items that you know you don't want substituted, you can unselect those. So let's say I only like the turmeric kombucha, I don't want any other kind, then I would unselect that one and I would let all the rest of these stay selected. Let's say I only want this brand of bone broth. I know that I love this brand only and I don't want any other brand. I will still keep that checkbox if I know they're going to be out of this kind and say same brand only. Now I know there's a vanilla, there's an original, and I'm okay with them replacing it with a vanilla or an original if the chocolate isn't available. If you're not okay with it, you can just deselect that box. Let's go back to orders and just check things out a little bit more. If you at this point, all you wanted to do was replace your last order all the same things, it can be very simple by going into orders, clicking add all to current cart, make sure you don't have anything else or add anything else you want, and then proceed to finish your shopping. Another thing you can do on this page is view your receipt. So I want to show you guys, if you scroll down here to the bottom, you should see showing orders 1 to 4, and then there's a next button. So this takes you to further back in time. So let's say I want another one of these gluten-free chocolate explosion cookies. I'm going to add that to my cart. If you find an item that you purchased in the past that's on one of your previous orders, you'd like to purchase it, but it says something like in-store only, this is where this button "Can't find something" is really useful. You can say, I bought this item last year. Do you still have these kinds of cherries? Or whatever it is that you bought or that you're looking for that you can't find. So now that we've gone over how to use the previous orders feature, let's go over how to use the lists. So you're going to go back up to your account, down to the fourth item, and click Lists. Now I've already created a bunch of lists here, and to delete a list, you can just click the trash can. You need to create a list before you can add items to it. Once you already have items in your list, you can click on it and look at what you've got. So I have this pumpkin pie list I created to show you guys how easy it is to group items together that you know you're going to buy all at once. So we're going to go back to, let's say we want to have tacos and we have a taco list. Let's just build the taco list together. So we're going to want, maybe you want some ground beef. You use this button here. And then you find your list, add to taco night, and you add it. Now, if you haven't created a list, right here you can create a new list. And click the plus button and add it to your new list. Watch out for adding it here, because if you hit this button, now it's in your cart. And if you want to buy it right now, then that's what you should do. But if you're not trying to buy it right now, if you're only making a list, then you don't need it in your cart. You need it on your list. So what's the next thing we're going to have for tacos? Maybe some cheese. And let's see what kind of cheese. This would be a good one. So we will go here and add cheese to our taco night list. So now I've gone in and filled in the taco night list and made it complete. And we also have a few items on our pumpkin pie list. And now my cart is clear. So let's pretend you've already got your list built and you're ready to do a weekly shopping trip, and you're just opening up the page and you want to have tacos and pumpkin pie and buy some other things. Here's what you would do. Go down to Lists, click the list of items you want to add, and notice this button up here, Move Taco Night to Cart. Now it says your items have been placed in your cart. Would you like to save taco night for later? Save. So now we've saved that and all these items are in the cart. Don't forget to allow substitutions if you want us to replace with similar items, just like we talked about before, and make any instructions that you prefer, like corn tortilla only, something like Beyond Ground Beef. If you want it to be, if it's a vegan product, we will do our best to replace it with a vegan product only. So I'm okay with all these other things being substituted, so I'm going to make sure they have been checked as allow substitutions. But let's say you want tacos and pumpkin pie. You would just do the same thing. Move pumpkin pie to cart, save, and now it's in your cart as well. And you can go through and make sure you allow substitutions for anything you want substituted, and then continue to do your shopping. Maybe you want to add a couple more things here, and then you're ready to check out once you're finished. So at this point, you follow the process to go through and check out. If you feel like you need to change anything at this point, you can still go back and change anything. And that is how you use lists and past orders to make your shopping simple.